I'm Racer's Marshall Pruett. We are here at the Indianapolis 500. What the hell just happened? This place is ridiculous, and this is why I love it, you love it, we love this place. We don't get to know who's going to win until the very end. Congratulations to Josef Newgarden. 100 days to Indy, right? He opened episode 1. Here we are 100 days later. If we're talking about how you write a script, boy, this is absolutely perfect. This thing that has been missing in his life left him feeling incomplete as an athlete, as a two-time champion, feeling as if he'd yet to be fully validated. That validation happened today. Let's say a big congratulations to the bow tie, Team Chevy. Last year, as I mentioned, Honda mollywopped them. What happened this year in the 500? They didn't get the pole, but guess what? When it mattered, when it came time to go racing, those Team Chevy engines made easy speed, dynamic speed, crazy power, crazy fuel economy. Everything you need to win. Josef Newgarden, congratulations. Oh, we didn't have one red flag or two red flags. We had 3 red flags. As I say sometimes about NASCAR races, especially the Daytona 500, where it just starts to get ridiculous in the end, these MNFers seem to love to run into one another. As great as Josef Newgarden's performance was and that number 2 Chevy team's performance, just constantly rising throughout the race, man, the first half of the race, a little boring. Second half, complete haywire. And then we start getting crashes, and then we get more crashes, and everybody's running into each other. If I have my numbers right, of the 33 entries, 15 failed to finish. Many were self-induced. Kat Legg took herself out. Rinus VeeKay did finish, obviously, hit Alex Palou, kind of ruined his day, but we had some incidents on pit lane, but by and large, it was just a little too much nonsense on track. Folks going into the grass, hitting each other, not being polite, not being kind, just being problematic. Some others, Pato Ward, brother, you made a last lap pass going into turn 3 with like 7 or 8 laps to go. Saw that and was just heart just bleeding for him because he appeared to have a car that could have won. Why then? Unnecessary. Felix Rosenqvist as well from the Arrow McLaren team, looking like either a win, a top 3, something really strong. If there's a hint of a great result coming in the Arrow McLaren team and some sort of mistake is made, it seems to be on Felix's end. Did this result today seal his fate about the team doing a 4th car not next year? I don't know, but I felt so bad for him. Clearly had a car that was an absolute rocket. That final red flag, we cannot discount what took place there. Marcus Ericsson, seen on timing and scoring as leading when that red flag came out. No question he was the leader. I would say that whomever was put behind him was going to win the race. That happened to be Josef moved behind him, whether that was Rossi, whether that was Ferrucci, whether that was whomever. Marcus's fate was sealed on 2 things. With the timing of this red, knowing that there were 2 laps left, they were going to let them leave the pits, go out and go green at the end of that lap. The final lap, 1 lap of competition, sitting duck. So anybody who was leading in that situation, honestly, dead on the spot. The other thing that I don't know if Marcus helped himself, weaving like mad, coming to the green out of turn 4. It's a practice you try and do on the back straight where you still have the corners to get some more momentum and try and hold the person off. Seemed like Marcus's extreme efforts doing this dragon weaving, which I hate. It seems like he hurt himself, slowed the car just a little too much from all that weaving and scrubbing, and by that slight loss of pace, made him a sitting duck. Josef Newgarden again. I don't know if there was a question as to whether Josef was going to get by. I think that was going to happen no matter what, but it also appeared that Marcus made it a little bit easier on him than he needed to by going so aggressive on the run to green with all that weaving and all the scrubbing that happened. We're talking about days, obviously an amazing one for Team Penske. We're going to talk to our pal Santino Ferrucci in a moment, who's the most upset, in tears, third place finisher you'll ever meet. He drove his little Connecticut behind off, had all the crowd behind him, was rooting for him so much. Hey, Ray.
Oh, thank you. Man, that was awesome.
Ray Gosselin. These guys make crazy power, crazy fuel economy, deserve it.
Ben Chapman in charge of the program from Limited. That's me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys are insane.
Yeah, that was awesome.
These guys here, again, they never win small. They're never modest about it, but that's what we're not here for modest. We're here for big showy demonstrations of ass kicking. So again, congratulations to Team Chevy, just like we said to Honda Performance Development last year with Marcus Ericsson. Marcus finishing second. If that doesn't fuel him even more to go out and try and win some more races, I don't know what will. Would also say, in terms of that contract situation for him for next year, whether he won the race or finished second, yeah, if there was also any doubt that that is going to be a wealthy person at the end of the year when he signs a contract with Chip Ganassi, Michael Andretti, whomever, he just made sure that he is going to be well taken care of. Bit of a brutal day for Andretti Autosport. Didn't have a lot of pace. Had Kyle Kirkwood standing as one of their best representatives. Colton Herta also was looking pretty strong. Bit of a mistake on pit lane, leaving despite being told to hold. Our man Kyle Kirkwood unfortunately got caught up in a crash, not of his own making. Felix Rosenquist hit the wall on his own. Kirkwood thought he was able to clear him. Huge crash. So happy he is healthy and fine. Both of them are fine, but once again, whether you love the looks of it or not, that aero screen, most important safety development we've had in IndyCar in a really long time. So thanks once again to Dallara, to IndyCar, to Pankel, to PPG, everybody that makes that what it is. We saw this insane footage of Kirkwood upside down at whatever crazy mile per hour with sparks shooting off. Helmet wasn't touching the ground. He was completely protected and safe. Along with Andretti Autosport, also their affiliate Meyer Shank Racing did not have a lovely day. We're going to speak with Helio Castroneves in a minute, and he had it for a little while, but then lost it for most of the race. Simon Pagenaud wasn't having a great day, but then just got drilled from behind, I believe, by Scott McLaughlin, spun and crashed. Agustin Canapino got caught up in Pato's crash as well. I just made notes of all the folks who hit the wall, hit each other, had crazy things happen. Catherine Legg already mentioned, Renus VK, Stingray Rob. Son, I've always supported you, I've always appreciated you, and I hope that you have a long IndyCar career. Part of that long career is accepting fault. Graham Rahal did nothing wrong. Graham Rahal didn't cause you to crash. The pass was happening, you chose to fight it, and that's fine. You crashed. You won't do that again. Everyone learns what to do, what not to do, when to do it, when not to do it. That's not something to get mad at Graham about. That's something where you go, it was a tough lesson, but I learned something at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I won't do that again. Romain Grosjean in the wall on his own. Pato Ward, we mentioned, Simon Canapino. I've got to turn this sideways because I started running out of space. Ed Carpenter, no fault of his own. Benjamin Peterson, Christian Lundgaard, and Graham also got caught up in that final crash that brought us the third red of the day. What the hell just happened? Let's close on this. So I've told you many times, and I'll keep telling you, I'm a sucker for the underdogs, the small teams that are punching above their weight. We'll also talk to Ryan Hunter-Reay in a moment because he was certainly a part of one of those efforts. But the two biggest ones, that being Able Motorsports and RC Enerson, a mechanical problem. We're out early. Unfortunately, that's something that went sideways. And then if we have to think about also everything that we followed for the last week or so with Cusick Motorsports, Ryan Reinbold Racing, with Stephen Wilson and Graham Rahal, battery dead before they even get to take the start, in the wars the entire time, and then gets tangled up in that mess at the end. So feel for the two smallest teams and or the two most compelling underdog stories. Unfortunately, things did not work out for them in the way that they hoped. But what did we get? What did the Indianapolis 500 gift us yet again? Incredible story. Josef Newgarden had become the modern era's Tony Kanaan, the guy who'd done it 10, 11 times, however many times exactly. Came close, but never got that bite of the apple. For Tony, the reason his win was so popular, he was that guy. He'd done it 12 times, however many, and finally got that win. But it became this year after year after year saga of so close, but nothing, and just that knot building inside of him. Josef, exact same story. This Tony Kanaan story, finally broken. Congratulations to one of, if not the best American driver of his generation. Since Roger Penske bought the Speedway in 2020, they won this thing in 2019, were completely out to lunch for the most part the last 3 years. Here we are, year 4, they win the Indy 500. So congratulations to them, congratulations to Team Chevy. And before we cut to our interviews here, why don't we just show one of the cool things that Josef will be taking home, this all part of being not just the winning driver, but also with Chevrolet being such a great and staunch supporter of the Indianapolis 500 with official pace cars. And yeah, when you win, you get to also take home a frickin' convertible Camaro. How awesome is that? Josef Newgarden, I wish Robin Miller was here, because that guy loved you. And I did too. That guy believed in you from day one. I wish Robin was here. He would be over the moon. I know without a doubt, he's probably down there. He is cheering like mad right now. So, congratulations, son. Santino Ferrucci, you are the most disappointed third place finisher I've seen in a long time. That's because of your competitive spirit. Can you at least take a moment though to appreciate you just threw 300,000 people and showed everybody that second or first is certainly in your future?
Yeah, I think we're gonna win this thing one day. I'm just, like I said, just all the momentum this month. It's been huge, so yeah, I'm just so proud of everybody. I mean, we deserve a win.
You might not have heard in the car, but anytime they mentioned your name, who you were cheering for, AJ Foyt, you got the biggest applause. I hope you appreciate what you did for this man who means so much to this event.
I know. I'm very happy for him, and I'm very happy for this organization. I mean, we will win this. It's just a matter of when. So, yeah, I know. It's, man.
Guys, we got to get him
just tough. Just tough.
Ryan Hunter-Reay, you are soaked through with sweat.
It's a long race, huh?
Tell me about your run to 11th for the Indy-only entrant here. I know you'd rather be over there kissing the yard of bricks again, but tell me about your run to 11th.
We had one of those days. Everything went wrong when it could. I mean, we started out with a big imbalance in the car, maybe because we ran a different downforce level than we had in the past, but just too much understeer. And then we went to go adjust it, and after the first stop, the front wing adjuster broke. So then I asked for more front wing, and we thought we got it in. Then I went out another stint that didn't work, right? So we had to start trimming out the rear of the car to get the balance, and that was the only way we could do it. And we kept doing it, and once we started getting the balance right, I could start fighting again. Other than that, Real Power looked like he had the same situation as me. Anytime I got near anybody, it was just this diabolical takeoff understeer.
His weight jacker failed almost right away.
Him, yeah. So, yeah, it's one of those deals, but and then we missed the strategy doubted you a little bit there at the end. Should have been a little bit early if we had a crystal ball, but that car should have fought the top 5 today, no doubt about it. Just didn't have it in its balance window. But this group works so hard, and yeah.
That's what I wanted to close on. Small team, you're here fighting for them. You're known as a fighter, so it was a great fit. Tell me about this month you just spent with them. Also tell folks about the frustration of finishing 11th or 9th, or it's something where it seems like the number's good in a field of 33, but it just rips the heart out of you too.
Yeah, especially when I know the car I had at the end. Like if I could have been there fighting with that amount of front wing in it the whole time, we would have been a contender. But I'll tell you what, a lot of the veterans did a great job today. Guys that I've been racing with for a long time, but there's a complete lack of respect out there. Guys driving like they're on a street circuit going into turn 3 at Toronto when we're on Indy. So the series wants to do something about it, but guys are jumping the restarts like great, like just a joke. Jumping restarts, but they don't get called on it. So
I think we had 14 cars fail to finish. A lot of this just folks running into each other. I mean, the behavior was not excellent in too many pockets of the field.
We're supposed to be pros, and the guys involved in these need to start acting like it, because man, it was crazy. Like I felt like I said, I felt like I was on a street circuit. I was a little fired up about that there at the end. So.
P11 for Ryan Hunter-Reay. Not the best day.
I'm going to go say congrats to my buddy Joseph.
Absolutely. Not the best day for Ryan Hunter-Reay, but a fighter nonetheless. Congratulations, Ron. Come here. I'll keep you for 30 seconds and then go join your people. Ron Ruzewski, we were talking after qualifying. You weren't the happiest guy in the world, but we did say, hey, Sunday is what matters. You guys are going to be doing some kissing of the bricks.
Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, the qualifying speed wasn't there. We still got some work to do, but man, we had, Will was up there, Joseph was up there. Unfortunately, Will got in the fence. We had an issue, but I mean, the two of those cars were strong all day, and man, it was. I wouldn't have wanted to line up with Joseph behind me. Let's put it that way. He was hungry.
You're wearing the best hat in the place. Look at this. Yep. Congratulations, Ron Ruzewski.
Thank you. And kudos to Erickson. I mean, he drove a hell of a race. I mean, all those guys up front, and this place picks the winner. So.
Brother, you had a heck of a day. Went forward, went backwards, fighting the car and such. It seemed like everybody wanted to run into each other throughout the second half of the race. You and honestly, the veterans were pretty smart, realizing this is a little crazy behavior. Tell me about this insane day.
Yeah, it was crazy. Actually, our car was pretty good in the beginning of the first 2 stops, and then somehow it got really loose.
Yeah.
We didn't touch anything. Everything was wonderful. And then, man, it became so bad. And of course, from there on, we made some adjustments and everything back the way we wanted. And it's just getting loose. So I had to be a little more cautious. Play a lot with the tools. Yeah, 15 was honestly, it was. I actually crashed so many times that I didn't know how. So it was a good effort for the team, but unfortunately we didn't have the speed, and unfortunately the balance didn't come the way you wanted.
I know you wanted to win number 5 today. Tell me your thoughts and feelings of seeing a kid you helped grow a little bit coming up, Josef Newgarden, your former teammate. Tell me what your heart's feeling there.
Super congrats to Josef and Team Penske, of course. I know that team goes through so many adversity, and they never give up, and they deserve it. Great job. They have amazing drivers, and Josef got prevail on this one.
Last thing for you. So our friend Antoine Canon, this is his last one. This isn't your last one, right?
No,
we're not announcing any retirement plan. We're announcing that we're coming back to do it again.
Look, it was really cool. In the end of it, him and I were just side by side with each other, back straight. That was a good memory. Ironically, we finished right together again.
Where you started here in America.
We started and we finished the same. So
that's beautiful.
That was a cool moment.
All right, well, you keep the tradition going. We need our Brazilian veterans showing these young kids how to do it.